Hey, pre-notification gang. Coming along great, Rip. Yeah, I'm gonna play Chr1tikal tonight. Give it a whirl. I'm gonna watch Violent Night. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. I keep forgetting about it. So we'll see. Did your BOE sell? Yeah, but I had to drop the price to 150k. Thanks the resub. Sarah Genesis. Thanks the resub. Snoopy and the Prime Bucko. Crisis Core later? Nah, I'm gonna do Chr1tikal tonight. It's late to start Crisis Core. I also don't even know if I'll stream it, to be honest. I was watching a bit of it earlier. I don't know if that's going to be like a fun game to stream. I'm going to play it though because I really like Final Fantasy. It's my favorite franchise, but I just don't know if it's like a good game to stream. Thanks for resub Wes and Sir Halsey. And the tier 1 perk and gift sub Slate. Thanks the Prime. Bruh. Oh, that's what I was hoping for though, Dankin. That sounds like a good remaster. Thanks the resub Cr1tikal. I watched a horror movie trailer for Megan. Yeah, I saw that like the day it dropped. Before it became a meme. We see the Amazon announcement of a God of War show. I didn't. Is that confirmed? He's a tier 1 crime and the resub Robust and Beetle Lord. And Pretty Aight. It is confirmed? Well, that's pretty hype. $515 years is crazy. Well, that's not enough. I mean, it's plenty. I'm just exaggerating, but still. Thanks to resub Mug and Rave. Henry Cavill just announced on Instagram he's no longer Superman. I saw that right before going live. Was it his decision to step away from it? I've just had a meeting with James Gunn and Peter Safran, and it's sad news, everyone. I will, after all, not be returning as Superman. That is an inexplicably awful decision. I thought it was his choice to walk away, and they were going to have to rewrite it. Them not casting Henry Cavill is a terrible idea. He is a great Superman. Like, the only good part of, like, the DC Justice League. What an awful decision. I have faith in James Gunn, though. Like, he makes bangers, but this... I've got to tell you, I'm skeptical. After being told by the studio to announce my return back in October, prior to their hire, this news isn't the easiest, but that's life. The changing of the guard is something that happens. I respect that. James and Peter have a universe to build. I wish them and all involved with the universe the best of luck and the happiest of fortunes. What a class act. For those who have been by my side through the years, we can mourn for a bit, but then we must remember, Superman's still around, everything he stands for still exists, and the example he sets for us is still there. My turn to wear the cape is past, but what Superman stands for never will. It's been a fun ride with y'all, onwards and upwards. God, he just seems like such a good guy. What a weird decision to cast a new, younger Superman. Henry Cavill carried that role. That is so weird. He can go back to The Witcher. He's leaving The Witcher too. Like, because The Witcher is going downhill. So he's not going back to The Witcher. Thanks to the resub, Big Bone, Milty, Metro, Esakari in the Prime Carl, and the Tier 2 Zero Sanity and the gift sub Crime. That would be pretty nuts. Goodness. I saw the Whale trailer dropped. I haven't watched it yet, though. Thanks for your sub, Spiky, HGH, and Kaiju. And the bits, Justin. Sucks, but I can see why they do it. Like, if they're fully trying to wipe the slate and actually start a better DCU. Yeah, but, like, you just don't have to reference the old DCU. I don't know. I don't know who they'd get that's going to do the role better than Cavill. What I really hope they don't do, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did, is start from zero again with Superman. So it's like Superman has to figure out that he doesn't want to kill. And he's a little nervous, maybe even a bit shy. Especially around Lois Lane. They confirmed it's not an origin story? Oh, thank God. Thank God. Jesus Christ, that would have been miserable. Well, that's good news at least. Thanks to the resub, Cornet, Spooky, Monsieur, Gator, K, Longador, Smaller Bees, and the Tier 1 Loki, Tier 1 Jaybird, and the Bits Poetic. Didn't he leave The Witcher to play Superman? Well, he left The Witcher because the show is about to eat shit. It is flying off the rails. That's why I left The Witcher. Thanks to the resub, Work, Klutz, and Dudley. I thought Witcher was eating shit because Cavill left. No, he left because of creative differences. And he is a massive fan of, like, the Witcher property. Like, the books and shit. So him leaving really spelled disaster for The Witcher. What are we doing tonight? Just going over some shit and then playing Choo Choo Charles. Thanks to Tier 1 Heart in the resub. Puntaz, Desp, Trash, and Tomato Soup. Henry could play James Bond. Thanks to resub, Blue in the Prime Soul. In the Bits Shadow. What's all that noise in the background? It's Tiana watching the Elvis movie. These are the resub Talcon. Elvis movie was mid. I just had no interest in it, so I didn't see it. He's a Tier 1 Rin. Did you vote best Twitch clips of 2022? I don't know what you're talking about. So the answer is no. Let's take a peek at the whale. So this is the new trailer, right?
I know these rules can feel constraining, but remember, the point of this course is to learn how to write clearly and persuasively. Think about that. Think about the truth of your argument.
Brendan Fraser, let's go. The boy.
You're an amazing person, Ellie. I couldn't ask for a more incredible daughter.
Are you actually trying to parent me right now?
Who would want me to be a part of their life?
You don't stay in touch with Mom?
She really only tells me things about you.
Why?
Because that's all I want to know about.
Why'd you gain all that weight?
Someone close to me passed away, and it had an
Oh, this looks
effect
sad.
on me.
God damn.
You haven't seen her.
I figured it
She
would
was
be,
8
though.
years old and you're gonna reconnect with her?
Sorry.
I don't like this. This isn't a good idea.
I'm sorry.
You say you're sorry one more time, I will shove a knife right into you. I swear to
Go
God.
ahead. What's it gonna do? My internal organs are 2 feet in at least.
Why do you
Okay.
suddenly need to see her so bad? Why
Jesus.
now?
Liz,
Thanks for the
I'm
resub,
worried
Quay.
that she's forgotten what an amazing person she is.
I love Brendan Fraser's laugh.
Though, that she's gonna have a decent life where she cares about people, and that she's gonna be okay.
Oh yeah, I'll watch anything with Brendan Fraser in it.
I have done one thing right with my life.
Nice. Who directed this? Wasn't this a big director? Can't remember who it was though. Oh. Yep, I'll of course be watching that. Thanks to resub Buddha. And the bits, pineapple, and J. Yeah, it sounds like everyone's leaving that J. Good for her, though. Leave the sinking ship. Thanks to resub Fallout. Did you finish High on Life? No. Thanks to resub Barbaric. Thanks to resub Saint and Tier 1 Lukey. Same director as Requiem for a Dream. Yeah, I knew it was a big director. I just couldn't remember exactly who it was. He's Tier 1 Lukey. Avatar finna be fire or what? No. I'm going in with no expectations. Literally none. I'm expecting it to be underwhelming, much like the first one. But I'm super down to be surprised. Thanks to resub this for you. Dang, the TV's loud. Yeah, I'm gonna have to close the door. That Elvis movie is popping all the decibels off. What a dangerously loud volume. Thanks to the resub Wonder and the Prime Diesel. And Tier 1 Denny. And the resub Chris. How you liking High on Life? Gameplay is enjoyable. Nothing like super special, but at least it's interesting. The world's cool. I just really don't like the writing. It's just not for me. Doesn't bother me that there are people that do like it, but it's just not for me. I just really don't like the fourth wall breaking A, but B, the fucking incessant need to give everything a quirky name. Oh my god, jeez, oh, you just shot that kid, oh, yikes, no, oh, you just shot that kid, alright, we'll just forget about you shooting at that kid, time to not shoot that kid again, unless you want to shoot that kid again, alright, you just shot that kid again, oh my god, you just shot that kid again, oh, I'm gonna fucking glurp, oh my god, I'm splunging, oh boy, that's gonna cost us a lot of blodos. Like, that's just half the game so far, it's too much for me. And the constant fourth wall breaking. I don't ever really giggle at fourth wall breaks in general. It's not my cup of tea. Like, I don't think being meta is necessarily comedy in and of itself. Like just saying like, oh, you just paused the game. Why would you pause the game? You just paused the game. We were fighting and you paused the game. It's like, oh. Okay. I don't know, it's just not for me. But I actually do think that, like, the world is pretty fun. And the gameplay's been enjoyable so far. Tier 1 Kirk in the resub. Oni, Prox, Sleepy, Nico, Tuba, got to Dio, and give sub Joke. That sounds about right, Grizzy. Thanks for the bits. And Mac and goodness. Yeah, I don't know much about Undertale, so I couldn't tell you. I actually read that about the Elvis actor. What's his name? Austin Butler? That he spent 3 years away from his family or some shit. Yeah, we're playing Choo Choo Charles tonight. Thanks, resub Anthermy. And the Prime. Hick. What about Crisis Core? Nah, doing Choo Choo Charles tonight. And thanks to the Prime Saint. See, the fake show MILF Island from 30 Rock is now a real show? I did see that on Twitter. Was that a real show? I thought that was still a joke. Is MILF Island actually coming to networks? Oh, yeah. TLC. MILF Manor. Huh. What do you know? Interesting. Cool. Here's the Prime Bang. How much is a ticket to MILF Island? I got some bad news for you. It's not exactly like that. What was the premise? I saw the trailer floating around on Twitter. Here, let me bring it up. Well, actually, I don't know if I can watch the Twitter or the video on stream, but here. The premise is like some MILFs start dating young dudes or some shit, and that's it. The twist is it's all of their sons most likely. That's what Mudahar speculated as well. Exit Prime, ATC, and the resub purist. Next the resub Yulo. It's definitely their sons. Hey, maybe. Wouldn't be surprised. Isn't TLC the same network that ran that show, Getting Laid with My Mom? Or, no, that's probably not what it was called. That show where it was about a mom and her daughter, or moms and their daughters both trying to hook up with men together. No one knows what show I'm talking about? I pulled up the trailer once when that dropped. Fuck was it called? No, not Smother. It was about a mom, like moms and their daughters trying to fuck dudes. Fuck was it called? Dated and Related. Oh yeah. I think that's what it is. Maybe. Let me see. Oh no, this is about siblings dating. Oh no. This is that show where it's they date in front of their siblings. So they go on a series of dates to like they make out and grope each other in front of their brothers and sisters for some reason. That's not what I'm talking about though. Oh, good to see you again, champ. Thank you for the 20 gift subs tonight, man. I hope you had a good day. Thanks to the resub. Freeze, Matt, Penny, Ancient, Easy Meme, and the Prime, Matsubiki. Thank you for that, champ. Thanks to resub, TK. That's just as bad, though. I mean, yeah, it's stupid. It's fucking dumb. But that's not the show I'm talking about. Does no one remember what it was called? I have to go back through TLC to find it. No, that's not. I don't think it was Smothered though. Let me see. The phrase "like mother, like daughter" can be a positive thing. In Smothered, 4 outrageous mother-daughter duos take this phrase and their bond to the extreme. Never mind, it's Smothered. Yeah, it's Smothered. If I remember correctly, one of the mother-daughter duos claims to shower together. Yep. They share their most challenging and exciting moments, including how they dress and matching outfits, get plastic surgery and injections, share the same bath water, and even share the same bed. Yep, that's the one. And it was TLC. So I wouldn't be surprised if this MILF Manor actually does make the twist that it's their sons. So weird. Hey, that's TLC for you. This shit has 4 seasons, by the way. Came out in 2019 and has 4 seasons. And won 2 awards, or was nominated for 2 awards. Thanks to Prime Tom, a Layer, Almighty, and the resub Chef, Soy, and Smallest, and Ace. And the resub Bunsen. In one episode, they get enemas together. That's pretty hype. Thanks, resub Earthy. And the resub Lena, and give sub Kratos. Yeah, I already went over Henry Cavill not playing Superman anymore. Thanks to give sub Nico. And resub Barry. You see Hogwarts Legacy gameplay released today. No, I didn't see that here. Look it up. I think this game looks really boring. The gameplay is, from everything I've seen, not fun looking at all. Let's see if this changes my mind.
I kind of wanted to talk about it just because I feel like, you know, the brooms are fun for me, not just because of all those feelings of exhilaration, but because they're not just, I have a broom and it's done. I actually kind of like some of the mechanics in it. So you see in the lower right, there's a meter there, and occasionally as Andrew's kind of flying up or flying down, you might notice it draining or not. And
Sounds like a
this
stamina
isn't
bar.
the present day where all the broom technology is well known and advanced and everything that we know and love. This is an earlier time where they're still trying to figure out, you know, we're not at the 3000 yet.
Flying around on a broom seems like it'll be fun for a little while.
One of
We
those
see like the
icons that
actual
did not
combat though.
grant you those. If you see ruins off in the
there is such a
distance and you
thing.
visit them, you might find opportunities to actually expand and learn about your ancient magic. And as you kind of encounter different enemies dotted on the landscape, sometimes those characters, poachers or dark wizards, might be hoarding different magical resources that are valuable to you as you're playing the game. So each one has kind of like a way to connect to our gameplay loops and provide different opportunities that just kind of reward you for poking around and
I mean, I right away
being on it, and it's a great feeling managing those
Oh,
transitions.
you can fly
kind of
around with
going
more than just a
from
broom
run
then.
to fly, and just being able to go wherever you want. And we tried to make
That's
sure
nice.
that each one of these things that you can interact with have a unique identity and a reason for being.
And oh my god, like I see like different like areas, like a swampy area. By the way, can you go to like entire map anywhere you go? There are regions that are like locked from you?
Yeah,
or,
as soon
like...
as you, there's kind of a moment where the world kind of opens up.
That's
to
the whole
you
point of an
outside
open world.
Hogwarts as a student, and right from that moment, early on in the game, you can go wherever you want.
What a weird question to
You might
ask.
find more difficult challenges in different areas, and you'll see different spots as Andrew's moving around, like you mentioned, the swamp. But there, we have got like a coast, and we've got different types of environments out in the world just to kind of pepper your experience, reward you.
Well,
for
I'd certainly
exploring,
hope
keep
it's
it
not
fresh.
just one
All
environment.
those things exist as we're moving around.
So cool. And I love that windmill. It's like so rustic. Like I keep forgetting that this is like 1800s. The Wizarding World we've never really seen before. Like it feels so authentic. Like it just.
He's very
it's part
excited
of it.
about all the littlest
Yeah,
things.
I love this vista too, and I'm gonna have Andrew stop here. We're gonna use a bit of dev magic to change the seasons. Actually, I want you to see what this world looks like, covered in snow.
Yes, 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 please. I love. Oh my god, it changes the landscape like completely. Oh my god, does it have like actual like
Well, I would hope
gameplay
so.
impact, like impact on the gameplay, or does it like it's just the weather of Scotland?
Yeah, we use it. We really use it.
They
as
just
a
directed
narrative
this guy to be like
marker
fucking
through-
shocked about
through the
everything, like
game.
he's never
So
seen a video
as you're
game.
progressing through your main storyline.
I
for
guess
me,
that's
it's really
important
fun that
though,
it's
since
not
I imagine
kind
with
of
a
making you
name
feel
like Harry Potter, a
whether or
lot
not
of
you
like
can- it's all
non-gaming
contiguous
veteran
and just kinda
people
like,
are going to be trying to play it.
before.
People who've never
Exactly.
touched the game.
These four.
in order to.
Show me some gameplay though. I want to see the
And so
combat
it's
because
a
that shit
chance
looked
to kind
terrible.
of
What
like
is this?
tour and play with the dark arts and decide whether or not
Oh,
that is a
like a
path.
censored moment.
Oh, they just about the cadavers right away. Oh my god.
We're starting off strong.
Oh my god.
Starting off strong.
Was that Cr1tikal? Oh my god. That's so cool.
Yeah, so that you'll notice right away, like when we used Avada Kedavra, that guy's health bar went from instant to 0, and we really are trying to honor the way Avada Kedavra works in the game, even in some pretty extreme situations. You'll notice that like the meter takes up a lot longer to
Seems a little slow, but at
build
least
up
it's
as a
kind
way
of
to
creative, I guess.
deal with its extreme power, just so that it's still fun to use. And then there's some ways that we'll probably talk about to adjust that. But I don't know. I don't know if there are things on the screen that you just have.
Definitely looks
questions
better
about.
than their last
Or, like, I
gameplay
see, like,
trailer,
little blue
which was just
things,
a
pop up from
Yeah.
the enemies.
simulator.
Also, before like that sign
do
was
some
like so in the
dumb
community we call it the
resubuted
ancient
hexes
magic
in
sign.
zones
I don't know
wispy
if that's
tier
how
one
it's
flavo.
called
Yeah.
in the game.
So the community is astute. So on the development side and in player facing in the game, we reference that as your ancient magic community.
Oh, so it is ancient magic.
That is, yeah. So as your abilities in the game keep growing and you become exposed to some of the secrets about your own kind of mystery and your own abilities, you start.
Well, it
unlocking
definitely looks
new
better than the
powers.
last
so
one,
of
that's
those
for damn
powers
sure.
You'll see that ability.
Do they have like cool boss fights?
Another
in
reason-
there? In this
long
trailer, that
cooldown
is.
because obviously it's an instant kill. One thing that you could do is brew a focus potion, and that will increase how quickly your cooldowns regain.
Right. Oh my god. There's just so much like versatility.
Better combat than
like, what
Forspoken.
the
Is
character's
Forspoken
doing
just not
through
good?
the
Didn't the
troll
demo
right
come
now.
out?
Like, he's just bouncing around the arena. He's like not, and the troll makes him move around too. Looks like.
And I love that our plants are violent.
Yes, and so that's like when we're
It's
talking about
really
the
bad.
almost the
we need to
setup
check
of
that
the
out.
arena. You also have plants that you can fight with, and so we have things like the venomous tentacula that you can put down, and it acts like a turret, and it just kind of shoots enemies around the
That's
battlefield.
cute.
That is so cool. This is like a truly like Hufflepuffian way to approach the battle. Yes.
This doesn't
No,
look
that was super
terrible.
important to us,
This,
so
this definitely looks a lot better than the last thing they showed from it. I'll keep approaching it with an open mind. Hopefully it'll be fun. I want to see Forspoken demo now. I don't want to play it myself though. Let's see. You said the gameplay's really bad.
Put it on quality, which is just slowing or even stopping fast-moving enemies, allowing you to blast them with attacks.
It'll be over soon enough.
What?
You need to be a little more patient.
Tendril. Okay, oh, it's recharging.
It's alright, just boring. Bankin says it's horrible.
Okay. Okay, we'll do that. That is, I'm not sure what that is. A magic refill, perhaps, or maybe just XP points. Got
Now let me skip around here to see like a little
Because I was
bit
going
later
that way, but
combat.
I'm not supposed to go that way. I'm supposed to go this way. Maybe perhaps going down through
There's
here.
use of Medora. That has the worst grappling hook ever made in a video game. Is it one of the grappling hooks that you can only use in certain locations? It's not like free.
This kind of reminds me of like an Elden Ring area of sorts. I'm gonna grab some more flowers. Don't mind if I do. Oh, that's a crocodile. That's a pretty cool looking crocodile.
That is a pretty cool looking
This
crocodile.
blade is awesome. I mean, I'm burning these boys up.
What's the matter?
So is this just kind of the whole thing?
poison.
There's one attack animation for the sword, and that's it.
Ooh, cursing, I like it. Quite the explicit language, young lady. Alright, let's take this one out.
What do you mean cursing? I like it.
Yeah.
Seems like
That
it.
seems like a weird compliment to try and find in
Is
there.
that a chest? What is that?
Shit. Looks like some kind of lock.
Yeah, I'll still try it when it comes out. I'm definitely not playing the demo though. No shot. You have a sword with 3 spells and a range attack with 3 other spells, and that's it. We'll see. Thanks to resub Peepo. And the resub Minty. You can get way more spells. Okay, hopefully. I guess we'll see. What do you think about Wulong? Oh my god, I'm so excited for Wulong. Yeah, that looks great. That looks amazing. No, I haven't played Crisis Core yet. I'm doing Choo Choo Charles tonight, not Crisis Core. Thanks, Risa Binny. Wulong is going to be shit, mark my words. Well, you must not have known that they actually had a demo come out, and I can assure you, it was anything but shit. This demo fucking slapped. Now, I guess they could really drop the ball after the demo, maybe, but this demo went hard. Who's the studio behind it? Same team behind Neo, baby. Neo is one of my favorite Souls-likes. I love that series. He's a tier 1 gorilla. And the resub Kiera. Charlie coping makes me sad. What? I played the demo. It was a fucking great demo. It was just good. What do you mean? Thanks to the resub Happy and gift sub Jordan. You play High on Life? Nah, I don't think I'll ever finish it. Thanks to the resub Schmex and Wolfen. Oh, sweet. Thanks for the bits, Bomb. That sounds like a lot. Goddamn. What's your favorite game from the PS2 and PS3 era? Does it have to be on one of those two consoles? Because you said era. That would put us very comfortably in the era where City of Heroes came out, which is my favorite game of all time. Thanks for the resub, Richie. And the resub, JMac. You watch the trailer for the Where Winds Meet? Yeah, I already saw that. Looked good. Let's give some Tyler. You gonna play the Black Myth Sun Wukong game? Yep, if it ever comes out. You see the drama about AI art? You talking about ArtStation and AI art? Yeah, I did. Yeah, they're in some hot water. Oh, god damn. Thank you for the 25 gift subs, JJ. Christ, thank you for the big drop again, man. You've been super generous this last week. God damn. Thank you for that. Yeah, ArtStation, though, is getting some shit on Twitter. And not without reason. So, as I understand it, and maybe people in chat know better than I, artists on ArtStation are just asking ArtStation to do something about separating the AI art from, like, the actual human being generated art. Like, just put them in separate places. I don't think they want to outright ban it, at least not the majority of people. They just don't want it, like, as shoved down their throat. Like, they want it just more like, can you promote the fucking 95% of your community that doesn't really like AI art instead of, like, only promoting AI-generated pieces, I think. Because right now, a lot of AI art is getting promoted pretty heavily on ArtStation, which is drowning out, like, the normal art from people. They definitely want to ban it. The overwhelming majority of what I saw was them wanting ArtStation to do something so it's not just AI art taking over the platform. Not so much outright ban it. Just do something. Take some kind of, like, stand. A line in the sand somewhere. Thanks for the resub to the death. Nick and the gift sub. Grumpy in the prime. Sushi. And the 10 gift subs. Vitri. Thank you, Vitri. Resub Daddy, Dio, and Sis. AI art will take over. Maybe. I think it'll take over on small projects. Like projects without a big budget, I think it'll absolutely take over there. But I don't really see a world where like big studios and shit would go for AI art as opposed to like traditional art. Because it'd be really hard to get exactly what you want out of a machine through prompts as opposed to telling a person, like fully explaining it to them. But I definitely do think AI art will absolutely be used overwhelmingly for lower budget projects. And for commissions, I'm not sure. That'd be pretty tough as well. I think for the same reason bigger studios would go to a real artist, people that want a commission would probably also go to a real artist because you can easily explain your thoughts to a person who would hear them and know what you want as opposed to typing out the perfect prompt to get what you're imagining. So, I don't think it'd replace commissions. I just think it's going to replace like professional work on smaller budget titles. But we'll see. I also envision a future where like artists also start using the technology to refine their pieces as well to some level. Thanks for the 5 gift subs, Kitty. Appreciate that. What's your stance on calling someone an artist by using AI art? Oh, I think that's silly. 100% I think that's silly. I've generated so many AI art pieces over the last, like, fucking 5 or 6 months. If anyone called me an artist for some of those great generations, I would laugh in your goddamn face. I do think AI art is real art, but the person that's generating that art is not an artist. They're more like a wordsmith. An interpreter, even. They can come up with the perfect prompt for what they want. I don't think that makes them an artist. More of an engineer. Yeah, kind of like a technician almost. Thanks the resub don't know and the gift sub Desmail and resub Claff and Prime adequate. Now I will say I definitely see AI taking over in journalism pretty soon. I wasn't exaggerating when I made that video. I really do think with ChatGPT only being in its infancy and being so incredibly realistic and so true to real journalism, I absolutely see Polygon, Kotaku, like the usual suspects, using ChatGPT to generate garbage, clickbait, rage bait articles instead of just commissioning someone to do it. I absolutely see that happening soon. I almost prefer it. True. Fucking true. At least with the AI, the shit's coherent. Half of the goddamn Kotaku ragebait articles go completely off the rails. Thank you for the 5 gift subs, Jfish. Thank you for that. Thank you, Fish. Imagine a bot doing a better job than you. Hey, you don't have to imagine it, man. Give it 10 years and whatever your job is, and AI is probably going to take it over soon, too. I'm telling you, I really do think they can do anything that a human can. Podcasting, I absolutely think they're going to crush it. Someone will probably, like, since they already have so many, like, voice AIs out there, someone will probably do, like, a all-star lineup for a podcast. So you'll have, like, fucking Marilyn Monroe doing a podcast with, George Carlin. Like, you would literally be able to take anyone and make content out of it. You just write them the prompts. Will AI entertain AI? Ooh, now it's getting real meta. Who knows? We'll see how deep that rabbit hole goes, I suppose. But yeah, the AI technology is already, like, fucking wild even in that regard. Have you guys heard me sing Rap God? Here, I won't do the whole song, it's fucking 6 minutes, but here. So Ray J went straight to the radio station the very next day. Hey fam, I'ma kill you. Lyrics coming at you at supersonic speed. JJ, hey, sumalama doomalama, you assuming I'm a human. What I gotta do to get it? Like they even get intonation. And I made of rubber so that anything you say is ricocheting off of me and illusion. I'm devastated more than ever, demonstrating to give a motherfucking audience a feeling like it's suffocated and fading. And I know the haters are forever waiting for the day that they can say I fell off. They be so like I know the way to get them motivated to make elevating music. You make elevator music. Like it's actually pretty impressive. And this is just a fucking YouTube goofball here. Imagine what they could do with like a celebrity. Like there's just so much potential with AI generated entertainment. There is no job that is safe. Whatever job you think is safe is not. Acting? Nope. AI could absolutely do that too. I'm telling you. It's gonna get wild quick. This is still early into AI. Thanks to the resub, Jay, and Salami, and the bits, Grant. Hey, thanks for that, Grant. Hope you're doing well. Doctor, AI is actually extremely efficient when it comes to diagnoses right now. They can't perform surgeries or anything, but when it comes to diagnoses, I can't remember the one that's been making headlines, but there's one AI that's really good with oncology. But yeah, I can't do surgery yet. Thanks to the resub. Origina, Soul Drainer, and give sub Soupy. Robots absolutely do surgery. Not autonomously. Not that I know of. Wait, what? I'm pretty sure all the robots you're thinking about with surgery are usually used as tools by the actual surgeons, not autonomous. Can already code shit too? Yeah, ChatGPT can literally code shit. Thanks a gift sub, dumb drunk gamer, and the resub only made to sub to Charlie, and the bits I. Have you seen AI Joe Biden rapping? Oh, I've seen it all. I think AI is just nuts. I actually think it's so fucking insane. Thanks a resub, where's Dave? And the prime thrice. And the bits Dazmail. And the resub Hero and Vador. AI is news reporters. Yep. I'm telling you, like, I can't think of too many places AI can't succeed, like can't take jobs. In the future, of course. Right now, there's no AI or anything like that that's going to be able to replace, like, sports. Like, you can't have, like, an AI sports player right now. Unless you're talking esports. Because then, yeah, absolutely, they could fuck you up. Oh, if you're talking, like, physical trades, yeah, they can't do that yet. Yeah, anything in a physical trade, but, like, think bigger scale. Think long-term, 100 years from now. Like, I just can't think of too many jobs that they wouldn't be able to replace. I just can't believe we actually got to this point this quickly. It really feels like AI only just started like maybe a year ago. And look where we're at. AI was invented last year. Well, the concept of AI wasn't invented last year, but I'm talking about like all of this steam that it's gathering. It's only been like a year. I remember deep fakes when those came out. That was fucking revolutionary. Now deep fakes are child's play. They can't be streamers. You insane? Of course they could. Thanks to give sub adequate. The bits Marina. And the give sub codes. ChatGPT is amazing. Did a whole essay with it. Wow, man, actually, that would be a crazy tool for just cheating on papers. Because then you would never get, like, flagged for plagiarism in all of the algorithms that they use. Or actually, I think it's just the one website, turnitin.com. Yeah, 100%. Because it generates original works. Oh my god. Holy shit, yeah, you would never, ever have to write your own goddamn essay. Though it probably wouldn't be giving you A's. It'd just be giving you something serviceable. It probably wouldn't generate, like, an actual great essay, but you'd turn something in. Thanks for the bits, Tori. Have I used ChatGPT yet? No, because now it's overloaded since it became so mainstream. I haven't been able to actually sign up and use it. So right now it's only been Kaya that's been using it. Thanks for resub Turbo. Deepfake Tom Cruise is pretty cool. Thanks for resub Aurora. But it won't source it, will it? If you tell it to, I bet it will. I bet... Here... does anyone have ChatGPT access at the moment? Test it. I'm curious. Ask it to write like a 500-word report on... I don't know. The Civil War, and then specify site sources. I guarantee it probably would. You could even say like cite sources in MLA format. I bet it would. Oh, actually, no, you're right. It can't because it doesn't have access to the live internet. You're right. It can't. It can't. It won't be able to cite. No, it shouldn't be able to. At least it shouldn't be able to because they cut off the live access to the internet. Do yourself right now. What, is it not overloaded tonight? Oh, wow. Wait, you're right. Can I make my account now, finally? No, it's still not letting me sign up. Don't I have... No, I don't. Meh. He's a tier 1 shy in the resub Wooly, high tier, and Cypher. MBT had a Twitter thread a few hours ago where it was making legit Yu-Gi-Oh cards in detail. That's pretty cute. It generates fake sources, like fake articles. That's how markers can check. Ah. So it can't actually... Okay, that makes sense. Thanks, resub Wood. Well, that's awesome. Thank you, Wood. And thanks, resub Bizzle. Have we tried it on mobile? I have not. You playing High on Life? No, I'm gonna play Choo Choo Charles tonight in just a bit. It's apparently a short game, so I'll probably just finish it tonight. My student tried to convince me that using AI to write your personal essay for grad school applications was fine. Had to tell her that it was not very fine. Well, that was worth a try, I guess. Shit, I have no idea, Rin. It cited books for the Civil War essay. Tweeted it at you. Let me see. But are they real citations? Okay. Let's see. I'll pull it up. Okay. So if you... It's cited A&E television networks. You're gonna... I'd say if you're gonna use this to get by on your reports, you might want to check the sources and find some better ones. But are these accurate? Like if you actually go to these cited sources, like they are real? I'm imagining they are. They seem like real. No professor would accept that. The other two I could see them accepting, especially the first one. PBS is reputable, so I imagine this would probably be fine. A&E, no. That one you might want to manually go through and take off. It didn't quote... It didn't quote cite in paper properly. Well, you'd have to probably specify cite in paper, like in essay citations. This is just more of like the standard citing. I think the in paper one is MLA, right? Or is it APA? Can't remember. But yeah, you'd probably have to specify. I imagine it would do that, though. The tier 1 Hydra and the resub Endless and Goat. And the resub Rainbow. This is fucking crazy, man. Good lord. There's the resub Puppy. And the Prime Knuckle. And Autumn. Running through a plagiarism detector. Well, I don't have a turnitin.com account. I really don't think this would be flagged as plagiarism because the AI literally generates this shit, like original content. At least it did on all the game journalism articles that we had it generate. There's the Prime, Pizza Man, Ahmed, and the resub Sizzle, Jake, and tier 1 Strat. That's scary. Yeah, it is. It is pretty wild. What I really wanted to do, I'll blow the lid off this operation. I thought it'd be fun. I wanted to start a game journalism site that was nothing but AI generated articles and just have it populate the fuck out of it with hundreds of AI generated articles and then subtly plug that shit on Twitter to try and get it traction and see what kind of reputation it could build purely off just AI generated game journalism. How believable would it be? Would anyone catch on? But it's just such a big undertaking for that. That's such a long con. Kotaku did it first. Yeah, probably. Yeah, they beat us to the punch. Top 5 bananas in games. You'd just be populating with the most outrageous shit. Because the podcast episode's not out yet, but Kaya, we were talking about it on the podcast, and Kaya did a prompt where it said, give me a list of like 10 Kotaku articles. or give me a list of 10 potential Kotaku articles that would be popular, or something like that. And ChatGPT spit out 10 bangers. Like 10 articles, like titles that would actually go so hard and would be completely believable. It is like the AI somehow has like a level of awareness on like the actual personality and tone of Kotaku. There's a resub Apple Hole. Spoil one? God, I can't remember him verbatim. Well, actually, I remember one. When Kai asked it, one of them that really stood out because it was so fucking believable was Kotaku article focusing on war games, glorifying war crimes, and trying to pervert the perspective of what it means to be like a patriot or something. It was something to that effect, like war games are corrupting the youth by making them believe that killing is okay and war is great. Like that is what the AI spit out as a Kotaku article when it was just asked what would be a good Kotaku article, and it gave that, which is so unbelievably accurate. Like that is something Kotaku would probably post today. And it's something IGN posted when Call of Duty Vanguard came out. They wrote a whole article about how it's time we stop having war games or whatever. So you could actually probably just have an entire site dedicated to AI churning out articles like that, because it has some level of like understanding of game journalism. It's crazy. It is just crazy. Things are some Bunny and Gamble. Just because the bar is set so low? Well, yeah, that's why it'd be game journalism. You'd have to target first. You seen the new nuclear fusion breakthrough? Yeah, we went over it last night. Just tried it, and the first one was why video games don't need single-player campaigns anymore. 100% believable as like a Kotaku or Polygon article. Thanks, Resub Underdog. That's just news from EA. How'd your WoW raid go last night? Pretty well. We got through 3 encounters. Still need to finish it. I'd be lying if I said I didn't swipe to get some WoW tokens so I could afford some better gear to up my eye level. So next time we do the raid, which we'll probably do it tomorrow. I don't know if we'll stream it, but regardless, I do want to finish that raid soon. Yeah, I'm now 355 eye level, so I'll actually be able to contribute a bit more. Your streamer yoink cash from the chat. Bro, literally no one in chat plays WoW. Like, we were struggling. I do not have like a big WoW playing community out here. Thanks, Resub Ogton. We had a couple pumpers though. Our raid group was actually pretty fire. Did your item sell? My BOE? Yeah, but I had to crank the price down to 150k. Everything tanked overnight. Every other item, every other BOE of that kind, of that set, was going for like 100 to 150k. So I had to drop that drastically. And it finally sold. But man, I actually had a lot of fun in that raid. I really want to finish it. So as soon as the boys are ready. Thanks, Resub Sniper. I always just love raids, man. Like a well done raid, it has to be some of the most fun content in gaming. Destiny 2, I hate the grind around it. I think it's fucking mind-numbing. But man, those raids go so hard. Now WoW raids got me scratching that itch. Oh yeah, the Final Fantasy XIV raids look really cool, especially the Nier Automata one. There's 3 Nier raids? Oh shit, I had no idea. No, we're still going for day 1 on Lightfall. So I still have to finish Witch Queen, which we still haven't done yet. But yeah, we're gonna try in day 1 Nightfall or Lightfall. That's for Destiny. When does Lightfall come out? February, I think. Never will. We probably won't succeed, but we're gonna try. Thanks, Resub Unidentified. Yeah, I already checked out Hogwarts Legacy gameplay. Looks a lot better in their most recent trailer for it. What's the plan for tonight? Choo Choo Charles was just going over shit. It's apparently a short game, so it's not going to take long. Did you hear about the amazing Luca's racist rant about Elden Ring winning Game of the Year? Says that anyone playing Elden Ring is a terrorist and anti-American. Sounds like a guy that was desperate for attention. I don't know who that is, but that just sounds like a guy that's trying to troll to get attention out of it. Thanks, Resub Corn and Tier 1 Kev. Oh, hey, Beaver. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna run dungeons after Witch Queen to get ready. Probably a chat GPT generated take. True. Like the resub cactus. I think it could replace animators. What, AI? Holy fuck yeah. Animators will probably beg for this kind of technology. Do you know how helpful it would be to have AI do like some in between frames for you? Like I think animation is a place where they will welcomely open some AI assistance. 100%. Like that's not one where people are going to be like apprehensive to it. I think animators will really be excited because when it comes to animation, there's so much like tedious groundwork, like grunt work no one really wants to do. If you could just feed that to an AI to turn that out for you while you focus on the bigger and better shots, I bet they'd love that. But again, I'm not an animator. That's just how I feel they'd respond to it because of how cutthroat and tedious it is. No shot. I don't know, man. I read all of those horror stories about like Japanese animation studios and how people get so unbelievably overworked that they fucking drop dead. I feel like having AI assistants to help ease some of that workload would be a very welcome change. Bro, Mappa haven't seen their children in months. Well, yeah, Jesus, with the amount of projects Mappa takes on. Doubt they're gonna work them less. Well, I feel like they would though. Most of that time is spent on those like in between frame. Well, okay, that's an exaggeration. I'm really putting a lot of stock into that. But a lot of that time is spent on like the more tedious work, not like the actual crucial stuff, but it's stuff that still needs to be done. And it's a lot of workload that just takes a lot of time. If you could dump that to an AI, you'd have no reason to just keep overworking them for that shit. At least with Mappa, they just take on more projects. True, they could have the cup runneth over and just have a million projects because now they have AI doing the really low level grunt work. I have a bachelor's degree in animation, could definitely see how AI could help streamline the animation process. Yeah, but chat does make a good point. There is absolutely a world where that then becomes even more exploitive, where you now just take on more projects and still overwork your animators while paying them less because now you have AI. So you justify like a pay cut by saying, well, now half your job goes to AI. So like there's still plenty of room for exploitation. But in an ideal world, I think AI could be a great assistant when it comes to animation. He's the prime hunky. I had ChatGPT code an entire 55-line pizza ordering system in Python. Fuck yeah. That's fucking hot. Nice. Did 55 lines. Yep, pretty impressive. AI animated Berserk. Ooh, that would be interesting. You gonna stream Lightfall and Destiny? Oh yeah, of course. We always stream day one raids. Do you pay for your blue check? No, I wish you'd just take that shit away now so people stop thinking I actually pay money on Twitter. It's fucking embarrassing. Of course I don't pay for my blue check. I wish you'd finally just get rid of that shit. Doesn't it say whether it's a paid blue check or not? I know it used to. I don't know if it still does. You still doing the AI generated music video? I still want to. It's just not an easy thing to pull off. At least not effectively. Trashing it and you don't even know? What about whether or not it still says if it's paid for or not? What are you talking about, man? Why does that matter? Because I don't remember if he took that away or not with all the amazing changes he makes every 5 minutes. Now all of a sudden I'm no longer allowed to talk about the silly shit that he does as well? Because I don't know if it still says whether or not it's paid for? What does that take? Twitter changes every 5 minutes. He's already walked back on his first statement of, like, I care about free speech so much it extends to the guy who tracks my jet. And then today he just banned that account. Like he's constantly changing everything on there. It's hard to keep up. Oh, did he ban the Jeff Bezos one? Because the Jeff Bezos plane tracking account was still up last I checked. I think it's the Prime Trash and Dins, which I think is run by the same guy. They're both up, you tool. Oh, wow. Why do people just deny, like, actual, easily researchable things? Let's see. What was the guy's name? Jay Sweeney, I think, right? No, it wasn't Jay Sweeney. What the fuck was his name? Was it Jack Sweeney? Oh, there it is. It was Jack Sweeney. At Elon Jet Twitter account suspended and Jack Sweeney's personal account too. Like, if you don't want to just believe what you see on Twitter, you can go to any of the 5 million sources talking about how he's now gone back on his big word about free speech and how it extends to even people that pose a threat to him with their free speech. Why do you bother fighting for him when you don't do the bare minimum of confirming whether or not you know what you're talking about? Like, you can swallow the meat all you want, but at least get your, like, statements accurate. Pretty sure that's bait. I have no idea, man. It's hard to tell with the Elon meat swallowing. You never really know for sure. I do think he's done some good things for Twitter, though. When it comes to, like, the combating child porn, it looks like he's actually taking that seriously, which is something Twitter never did. So that's good. I think that's a good thing. But overall, it's been kind of a clown show. He's a resub Puma. He fired the child exploitation team. I might be misunderstanding your statement. One of the lead guys on the Twitter trust and safety team tweeted out some real suspicious shit. He tweeted out an article called "Can High School Students Meaningfully Consent to Sex with Their Teacher?" And then he also made an entire thesis on like why kids or teenagers should be like allowed on Grindr. That was the head of the fucking trust and safety team at Twitter. So him being fired, I'm not shedding any tears over. That's misinformation. It's on his Twitter. It's literally on his Twitter. What do you mean? I looked at it myself on his Twitter. What's his name? It was like Eli Roth? What the fuck was his name? What the fuck was his name? Oh, here we go. Twitter's ex-safety head flees home after Musk's child sexual... Jesus, why can't I read that because it was cut off? Child sexualization smears. What smears? It was on his own Twitter. I looked at it on his Twitter account. Musk shared an excerpt from Ross' 300-page 2016 PhD dissertation on Grindr titled Gay Data. I didn't read the entire 300-page thing, but I did skim it. Like, it was talking about teenagers and Grindr, and it wasn't like condemning it. And then the article he tweeted out was literally called "Can High School Students Meaningfully Consent?" Oh, it was Yol. Meaningfully consent to sex with their teacher. I think he tweeted that in 2010. Is it still there? Like, that is some weird shit. Out of context. The context was a teacher fucked their student. She was 18 or something. But the title is still very... Like, that is still not something that the head of safety of Twitter should be engaging in. Can high school students meaningfully consent to sex with their teacher? But she's 18. A teacher should still not be fucking their high school student. The answer should still be no. Yeah, high school students cannot meaningfully consent to sex with their fucking teacher. Like, no matter how you spin it. Was that his stance? The conclusion that it draws is that it's in like a gray area, if I remember correctly. Thanks for 10 gift subs, Dong. Appreciate it, man. You see there's going to be a live-action God of War? I just learned about that from chat. I didn't know they were making live-action God of War. That'll be hype. That was not the conclusion of the article. I must be getting it mixed up with his thesis then. What was the conclusion of the article? Here, let me look. Can high school students ever meaningfully consent to sex with their teacher? Let me read this again. Well, let me go through it again real quick. No, that is exact. What do you mean? That's not what they are. That is like almost exactly what it draws. Like the closing statement. Of course, teacher-student sex is a controversial topic, even with students over the age of 21, and many colleges have banned hot-for-teacher hookups. Don't legislate those relationships from the outside, though, because we're talking about legal consenting adults, things get messier when looking at cases like that guy's. If we draw the line at high school graduation as opposed to a student's 18th birthday, it means a teacher having sex with a 20-year-old high school student could still be outlawed, even though someone of the same age could legally engage in sexual relationship with a teacher if they were in college. Easy to understand the frustration of the dissenting judge in the case who wrote that the majority opinion does not ultimately make sense. That is the very definition of he leaves it, or this article leaves it in a gray area. What are you talking about? I didn't even misremember it. Like, no matter how you spin it, even if it was, and it also talks about the age of consent law in Washington being 16, which you're getting into some real dicey shit if you're trying to make an argument about, like, 16 and your high school teacher. But, like, regardless of how you spin it, a teacher should still not be fucking his high school student, no matter what. It doesn't matter if they're 18. Like, it doesn't matter. Now you're just being a fucking weirdo. The article saying that it's technically legally allowed, right? But that it that according to the judge, ultimately it doesn't make sense. Again, the article is talking about the gray area basically, and how messy it is, and using this case as its basis. There's a resub Carrie, Lopez, Sunny, and Tier 1 Bell. It's also about the power dynamic between a teacher-student relationship. Like, I don't even think you need to even mention the word power dynamic, because it's so implied it is a fucking teacher that is fucking a high school student. Like, no matter what, it is bad. Even if that high school student is 18. Talking about it being 16 here, 16 and 17, I don't think I even need to explain why that, under no circumstances, should be okay. But regardless, like, I don't even think you even need to bring up the power dynamic. It is a fucking teacher and student in high school. Bad. Very bad. He's the 5 gives subs Freeze and the resub George and Lol and Swag and Cinny. I don't understand how that's like a hot take. That's like the most basic take imaginable. God damn. I don't know if we have like 16-year-olds in here that have a hot teacher that they want to fuck and want to like somehow make it seem like she should be allowed to, or if we have like actual predators in here. Like, god damn. What the fuck? Good lord. Yucky. But yeah. Can't say that I'm super upset that guy's not with Twitter anymore. Especially since they weren't doing anything about the child porn on Twitter for a while anyway. So they weren't really even doing their job. That's probably like the only good thing Elon's done so far for Twitter. Thanks the resub. Hispanic man in the bits goodness and thick. Why do people always bring up age of consent laws in certain states? Yeah, I don't know why that one always comes up, man. I couldn't tell you. You seen Logan Paul beefing with Andrew Tate? I've seen Andrew Tate trying to start shit with Logan Paul. Has he even responded? He just calls him like a steroid weirdo or something. Seemed kind of desperate from Andrew Tate. Thanks to the resub Naruto. Alright. I heard Tiana go to bed. I'm gonna go say goodnight real quick. I'll be right back. Thanks to the bits butter. Tokyo. Thanks to the resub Beeb. Any news on new Gentleman song? Yep, filming the music video this week, or next week now. So, should be out before the end of the month. Thanks to the resub Jojo. Hear the news on Superman? Yeah, we went over that at the beginning of the stream. Terrible decision. Terrible, terrible decision. Thanks for some Bob Smith and Wisdom. Thanks for resub, Sparky. What happened? Henry Cavill got canned as Superman. Why? Because they want it to be a younger Superman for something completely different. But he left The Witcher for Superman. No, that people keep getting that shit mixed up. He left The Witcher because it's creative differences. It's going in a bad direction. And as a fan of The Witcher, he just left. It wasn't for Superman, though I imagine that helped. There's a Prime Stinky. Kind of is going in a bad direction. Yeah, I don't remember what it was now since it's been a few months, but they made some announcement about like big sweeping changes coming to The Witcher for the upcoming season, and Henry Cavill just said, "Alright, I'm out." No respect for asking. No respect for the source material. Yeah, that it was something like that. I don't remember now since it's been a few months. Thanks for resub, Jack in tech. And the resub Weasel, Jajan, and the Prime Derb. Imagine he becomes Booster Gold now. Holy shit, that'd be hype. He's a Prime Mario. And there is some butter toast. You can do the raid again in World of Warcraft? Yep. I was even gearing for it today to finish it off. I absolutely will be finishing the raid. There's the resub Oni. You can play Final Fantasy 14, right? Nope. Fuck no. I liked Final Fantasy 14, but there is no way I'm going to be dumping those kind of hours into another MMO again. Bro, I'm still grinding RuneScape too. 94 Slayer. So close to max. Anything about RuneScape getting a new skill? Oh, it's about time. I just hope it's not another absolute dog shit skill like fire making, smithing, agility, any of that. That shit is so ass. At least agility has practical usage, but my god, there are some skills in that game that have legitimately no purpose at all except to waste your time. Thanks for resub, Darth. How the fuck is smithing useless? You have not played in a long time. Bro, it's 99 smithing to make a rune plate body. Which is completely unusable at in-game content. Smithing is fucking worthless. And you only need 85 smithing to put together the god swords. Oh yeah, it's so stupid. Like, the whole thing is so silly. Explain how fire making is useless. Do I need to? It is legitimately the only skill in the game that has no output. So all you do is burn money. With fire making, the only thing you do is burn logs. Like, that's worthless. It doesn't put anything into the game except ash. It is the most useless skill in the game by far. Wintertodt all the way. Yeah, but then after Wintertodt, there's nothing. It's just the minigame. You train Wintertodt to 99, and then you leave it. Unless you're an Iron Man, then I guess you can get some like supplies out of it. Thanks for sub Chad, Noct, Skrilla, and Grandpa. Did you hear how SBF will be in prison until his court date in February 2023 and his bail of $250K got denied? I read his bail got denied, yeah. I did see that. Will you moist meter the whale? Of course I will. Can you do interviews in prison? He'll find a way. That man is so addicted to the internet attention, he will absolutely find a way to do more Twitter Q&As. Thanks, Resub Chaos. In the Prime bubble. Sleep well, Helicity. Yeah, I watched the whale trailer. You gonna do some God of War post-game? Just on my own. I'm not gonna be streaming the post-game stuff. That's one I've just been playing on my own steadily. Are you gonna play Dark Tide again at some point? Probably. There's just so many games coming out all at once. Like, they just go through these stretches where there's no new games, and then every new game all at once. It's so frustrating. Like, I don't know why we can't sprinkle it out a little bit better. Because you're only fucking yourself, too, when you just jam-pack all the games into the same, like, 2 weeks. Like, now you're just competing with other big titles. Just do it during the game drought. It makes no sense. Trying for the Xmas money? Yeah, but you have to remember, a lot of these big-budget games, like, they're done months in advance. So they can be a little more flexible with their release date. Especially like when they realize, for example, Horizon releasing right when Elden Ring released, that killed it. That completely killed the game. I wanted to finish that game, Elden Ring dropped, never touched it again. Forgot all about it. Like, it's just so stupid. Like, you can easily spread these games out during all of these like extensive droughts. Makes no sense. Just like the last game. Yeah, I don't remember when Horizon Forbidden West came out, but I heard that they did the same thing, that they released it on another giant title. Directly competing with it, which is so stupid. Oh my god, they released it against Breath of the Wild? Holy shit. Oh my god. Fucking idiots. Thanks for your sway. It's not the developers that choose those release dates, by the way. I'm not saying that to the developers. It's the publisher. Fucking stupid. It's like they don't want to make money off of it. Thanks to the resub, Captain. Still a success? Yeah, still a success, but you have to wonder, what if... Like, again, Summer, for some reason, has no games. Summer does not release any, like, big games. Maybe, like, 1 or 2. But, like, across, like, the 4 months or so worth of Summer, there is nothing. Like, why don't you just take Horizon and put it there? Take Bikini Bottom and move it over there. Like, it makes no sense. Like, you wouldn't compete with anything. People probably just want something to kill a little time. So bang, you give them Horizon then. Maybe it doesn't fit into your Q1 financial statement, but, I mean, you get a lot more in the next quarter when you release it when it's not competing with the biggest fucking game of the year. Never forget Respawn putting Titanfall 2 in between Call of Duty and Battlefield. Yeah, that one's, like, iconic. That is an iconic suicide. Shit is crazy. I don't know what they were thinking putting that release there. Thanks to Prime Miguel. Thanks for the 5 gift subs, Yulo. Thanks for that. I'm gonna try Armored Core. What, do you mean like the old ones? I probably won't go back to the old ones. I can't imagine the gameplay's held up super well. I remember, like, I enjoyed them when I was younger, but I don't remember them that well. Thanks to resub, Burke. You excited for the Suicide Squad game? I am. I love Rocksteady. Thanks to resub, Death Metal. I think Dead Island 2 looks good. From everything I've seen, it definitely looks like a big improvement over the first one. It's just really hard for me to get excited for a zombie game. It really is, man. I'm sure I'll probably have a decent time with this, though. I'll probably like it. But, I mean, I just don't get excited for more zombie games. I just really don't. Dying Light 2 was fun, but once I beat it, I never touched it again. Thanks a gift sub, Napalm. Thanks the Bits Betrayal. The Fast and Furious 10 trailer is out? I doubt it. Nah, if it was out, it'd be a lot bigger than this. Thanks to gift sub, Crabs. Have you watched the new Avatar? Man, no, James Cameron didn't send it to my house personally or anything. It comes out today, so I'm going to see it today. I wish I could see movies early. I would love that. I'm going to moist meter it. Yep. Oh, according to reviews, it's really good. Yeah, I'm going in with no expectations. We'll see if I'm pleasantly surprised. Thanks to the 5 gift subs, Yulo. I just recently rewatched the first Avatar. It's pretty much exactly how I remembered it, but the visuals still hold up pretty well. That movie's visuals have really stood the test of time. It's been 13 years and they still look really good, for the most part. Very impressive. I thought they'd look goofy. They didn't. Isn't it ridiculously expensive for a movie? You talking about Avatar: Way of the Water? Yeah. Didn't James Cameron say that it'd need to be like the top 5 highest grossing film in the world, or of all time, in order to even break even? Or was it make a profit? I don't remember. But yeah, it's going to need to be one of the highest grossing films ever. How you take 13 years to make a sequel? Because this fucking guy made 4 sequels all at once. Do you really not know that? So what he did is he's filmed the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, and I think he's even filmed the 5th. And he filmed them all at once. And I think that's a disaster. I think what that does is spread everything super thin. So what I'm expecting, but I'm hoping to be proven wrong. I'd like it to be a good movie. What I'm expecting is that this one, and especially the next one, are going to be kind of hollow, and only there is setting up the next ones. Like, they're going to serve no purpose other than being a stepping stone for the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th. So it's going to feel kind of worthless. It's not going to be like a fulfilling adventure. And I also feel like it really spreads the team, and especially the visual effects artist, really thin to have to work on 4 projects all in the same universe all at once. Though if I remember correctly, his workflow was film them all at once, but then have the departments work on them individually instead of all at once. But I could be misremembering. Either way though, it still sounds like way too much of an undertaking that I can't imagine the quality stays consistent. But they took 13 years to do it, not like it was 4 years. They haven't been filming for 13 years. In fact, when did they start filming? Let's see. Yeah, they started filming this in 2017. So it hasn't taken them 13 years to do all this. They have filmed 1 through 4, or I'm sorry, 2, 3, 4, and I think 5. I'm going off memory for 5. In the span of 5 years. Just 2 and 3? No, I read they did 2, 3, and 4 for sure. And I really thought they did 5, but let me check. Yep. He's done 2, 3, and 4 according to this. So it's 2, 3, and 4, not 5. Okay, so no 5. But yeah, like I said, 2, 3, and 4 for sure. I thought I read 5 somewhere, but clearly not. Thanks, the resub commander. I don't see this movie making money. So that's what I said. I said 13 years for this sequel has lost all that initial hype and prestige that the first Avatar generated. And I just don't think that this was a culturally significant film that people have talked about for 13 years, other than scratching their head wondering how it's still the highest grossing film of all time. Most people don't remember shit about this film. But we'll see. We'll see. Thanks, resub Sleepy and Jackson. Most people, speak for yourself. Bro, there is an entire series of videos someone did where they went around asking questions about the first Avatar movie like 3 years ago. No one could even name the main character, despite it being the highest grossing film of all time. It is just not a movie that made it into like this like social consciousness. It was known for two things. Its insane visuals and its insane 3D for the time. But after that, once that novelty wore off, people have just not really talked about it or thought about it since until Avatar 2 was announced that it's coming out soon. In the US, though. True, I guess I can only speak for the US. Name a single blue person in the movie. I wouldn't have been able to do that if I hadn't just watched the film. And even having just watched the film, I only remember the main girl's name. Everyone keeps saying Na'vi. That just goes to show you how incredibly disconnected. Na'vi is the race. The girl's name was Neytiri. This method would work for Mad Max Fury Road, though. What, taking 13 years for a sequel? Thanks to Resub Diaz and Coco Melon. It did work for Mad Max. For Fury Road, yeah. But I would say it didn't. Mad Max Fury Road was more just like a massive hit because of how unbelievably good it was on its own right. Like, I was not a Mad Max fan going into that film, and I feel like the majority of people weren't either. You also didn't need to see the other ones in order to watch Fury Road. With Avatar Way of the Water, you'll need the first one. Furiosa's coming out soon? No, it's not. Where are you getting that information from? Oh, what the fuck? It actually does have a tentative release date of May 2024. I thought they shut this shit down. Wasn't there that big controversy with George Miller and like the entire studio about not getting paid properly or something? Did they finally like iron that out? No, that's still going. So they're still having the huge pay dispute, and he is still going to make Furiosa for them? Well, it's not even for them, it's for the fans, man. We need more Fury Road, more Mad Max. Thanks for some Clousy. Charlize Theron is no longer involved. Yeah. They now have Anya Taylor-Joy booked for the role. Is a resub generic? It's a prequel, so it makes sense. I mean, this is legitimately like the first real information I've heard about it. tier 1 Hobbit bits snert. You gonna play another game tonight or no? I mean, it's 2 a.m. I don't think I'm gonna start another new game tonight. I think it's a tier 1 Harbinger. We finished Choo Choo Charles though. That was a pretty quick game. Play Halo. Why? Because of the custom games? Are they actually fun now? With the browser? Has that streamer guy made a response yet to the backlash he's been getting? Yes, actually. He did make a pretty great response, actually. Hold on. It was something special. Where is it? Give me just a sec. I gotta scroll down for it. Okay, where is it? Okay, where is it? Oh, here. This was this was one way of going about it.
I know you know about what's happening lately, you know, on Twitter and stuff, and I just want to thank you for bringing some people to the channel, and hopefully, like, if you could, and this is part of the prayer, just make them not be a bunch of whining pussies. Like, if at all possible. I know you can't control the internet, and people have free will, so they're gonna do what they want, but like,
and the Lord's got his magic wand out, baby.
Make sure that, like, just a bunch of whining, sniveling, obnoxious, annoying little bitches don't come to the channel. That would be really fucking cool. But if they do, that's okay. That's fine. I can handle it. I'm just.
It seems like you can handle it.
Some help. I know you know.
He can handle it so well that he disabled clips on his channel. So yeah, that's the response, I guess. For a guy that doesn't want any negativity or bad vibes in his stream and flipped out when someone gave him like a real life update that he asked for, he's certainly bringing the negative vibes. He's breaking his own terms of service in his chat right now. He can't stop. Asking for no whiners while doing nothing but whining. You think that girl still watches his streams? Oh, fuck no. Absolutely not. I saw a couple of his subs also say the same shit about how, like, this is pretty fucked up. So he's losing his community. He can't stop himself from going on a full-blown self-destructive path because he's too much of a big, strong man to just admit that he overreacted to absolutely fucking nothing. You asked a question, they gave an answer, and you fucking flipped out because you thought it was a bummer. So he's burning it all to the ground. What happened? This guy, he went viral on Twitter. He had a stream. A viewer of his that he recognized popped into the chat for the first time in a while. He said, "Oh, hey, Miss Nerdy Curvy was her name." He said, "Hey, it's good to see you. You know, where have you been?" And she just said, like, well, her mom had passed away, so she'd just been not there. And he fucking flips. He's like, how do you, oh my God, you bring bad vibes in here, you trauma dump. When I ask a question about how you're doing, there's only two acceptable responses. It's, I'm doing great, or I'll get through it. That's it. Oh, he just fucking flips out, goes crazy. Then he makes an apology video where he doubles down, blaming her for everything. It's bad. It's fucking bad. And he still, clearly, can't move on from it and just be like, yep, what a fuck up, huh? I made a video on it. If you want to see like the full context, you can just watch the video. I don't want to just like go through it again and just like repeat the points. There's infinitely better ways of dealing with it. I mean, you don't fucking say. The most obvious one is just the bare minimum empathy. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. Like, you could even just stop right there. Like, you could actually just stop right there. Full stop. You've now given an empathetic response, and now you move on. You don't have to dwell on it. You don't have to grandstand. Well, grandstand's the wrong word there. You don't have to make a whole song and dance about it and give a TED Talk. You just move on. It's very sad news. This is someone he knows. You just say, man, that's horrible news. Stay strong. That's it. Like, just, that's it. It's just not complicated. Just to have a little bit of fucking empathy, especially for the people in his community. Like, they're very clearly like a tight-knit group. And for some reason, he just publicly names and shames her. Calls her out multiple times by name just to continue to lecture her, insult her, and shame her in front of the entire stream. It's so fucking stupid. It's so dumb. Thanks to the Prime Milk and the gift sub torso. No, I played High on Life 2 days ago. His own About Me section is trauma dumping by his own definition. I'm not even here to point out the hypocrisy of it. You can just look at everything that he did in that one clip and his apology video and now his further clips from the follow-up stream and just immediately get a very good impression for him. True clownery. Oh yeah, I still haven't seen the newest Chainsaw Man yet. Watch it tomorrow. Thanks to Resub Muffin. Just another internet narcissist. Yeah. I suppose. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. I really, like, I can't even find, like, the foggiest explanation for what went through his fucking brain for this. Thanks to Resub Zulhu. And thanks to the tier 1 chocolate. It's like he's trying to be positive but failing horribly. No, he's completely dropped that ruse of being positive. Again, man, like...
The whining pussies. Like
what do you mean?
All possible. I know you can't control the internet and people have free will. So
he's not even trying to keep that facade going.
Something you could do to make sure that, like, just a bunch of whining, sniveling, obnoxious, annoying little bitches don't come to the channel. That would be really fucking cool. But if they do, that's okay. That's fine. I can handle it.
Yeah, so it's just like he's not even trying. Because now he's just fucking trauma dumping to his chat now. He cannot stop trauma dumping to his chat. It's become infectious now. I can handle it, disables the clips. Yeah, I know, man. Yep. Is what it is. Why giving him so much attention? I just never really appreciate that take either. There's nothing wrong with talking about it. Like, there's really, I never really see a problem with talking about it, especially when it's like an entertainingly awful person like this guy. And calling him a nobody, I always hate that too. Like, He's not the biggest streamer on Twitch, so he's a nobody. I never really liked that. Again, to put it into perspective, the vast majority, 93% as of 2021, 93% of everyone who streams on Twitch streams to less than 5 viewers. He has an average view count of 55, and he's had that for years. That puts him literally in the top 1% of Twitch. I wish people would like actually take more notice of what these numbers actually correlate to. Like 55 average viewers is not nothing by any means. Imagine the viewers standing in a room with you. That's how I used to view YouTube. I remember when I was first starting, my biggest video had, I think, 90 views. And I lost my fucking mind. Because that was the size of my entire grade. Actually, it was the size of my entire 2 grades. Because I went to an extremely small school. I couldn't believe it. These are the bits, Drizzy. Yeah. Jedi Survivor, I think, looks fun. I really liked Fallen Order, so I'm excited. Do you still remember your first video that cracked 100k views? I don't remember if this was the first one, but this was the most memorable. I made and this is still on my channel, but the original music's gone, unfortunately. I made a Halo 3 tutorial on how to get Hayabusa armor. It got 100k views, and I lost my goddamn mind. That number was unfathomable to me. Back when YouTube was good. That rose-tinted glasses shit I see all the time. Bro, YouTube has always been in like the exact same state. Keep in mind, this used to be like the big content. The most subscribed channels used to make this shit.
Grandma, he's 97. Go kiss some girls. I'm gonna kiss some girls.
Here's your golden age of YouTube.
Go kiss some girls. Yes.
You just loved it because you were young. It wasn't actually just better.
I'm on the phone. What the hell's wrong with you? You got headphones in ears. I'm gonna have to go. Look,
This is just 100% rose-tinted glasses situation. You can absolutely make the argument, though, that YouTube is a lot more corporatized. That is 100% accurate. But I can assure you, if you went back and watched the content you liked as a kid back in like 2007, 2008, that shit is aged so poorly, because I've tried it. I went back to try and like relive all the classics and enjoy them. Holy fuck, I felt awful. Yeah, like Super Noobs. I actually don't even really remember Super Noobs. That name is super familiar, but I can't think of shit for what it was. Thanks, Resub Temple. Fred's just like the classic go-to example, but I'm talking even beyond Fred. Like the general ecosystem of what was popular back during that era. Thanks, Resub Kogadama. Old Smosh holds up. Some of it. Thanks to Resub Wonka. Some of it does. Not all of it. Look no further than Ray William Johnson. I will always be indebted to that man. You won't catch me saying anything mean about him. That guy actually made me. The original React Andy. Without him, there's a very good chance I'd be probably waiting tables, because I used to think that would be fun. He's a resub Arctic. Do you still think so? Absolutely fucking not. But I was a lonely kid and the socialization seemed amazing. The service industry is... I feel so fucking bad. Everyone, for some reason, every single day is just going wild on another service industry worker for nothing. It's brutal. Absolutely brutal. Here's resub Andy. And Wheels. Hope you're doing well, Andy. And thanks to the Prime. Kmish. You know Ray William Johnson's back on TikTok? He's back on YouTube too, man. He's making a killing now. I remember he originally like gave his channel to a bunch of kids to make content on when he decided to leave. But he got it back like a couple of years ago. Now he's making just shorts and he's fucking crushing it. Well over 1 million per short. Usually getting in the 2 to 9 million range. Like he's absolutely killing it. So yeah, he came back in a big way. Is he resub Tylappy? You went to school with me, did you? Thanks to Prime JJ. I legitimately remember everyone I went to school with. Who were ya? My class was 34 people. It's not hard to keep track of. Yeah, we stream Elden Ring again. I was thinking about it for the Coliseum stuff, but then so many other games came out all at once, so maybe not. We'll see. Is the Prime Zephyr? Have you seen Settled RuneScape Escape video? Yeah, the escape room was really cool. I really like that idea. I'm excited to see where they take it. Why is everyone talking about High on Life? Well, because it became kind of a contentious topic on Twitter today. People were fighting about it being like super cringe, but then like the big fans of that style of writing were like, no, this is actually like the most enjoyable game ever. Can't stop laughing, so it became a war on Twitter. So that's why everyone's talking about it right now. Thanks to Tier 1 Jack Peacock. That's good for the game. It is good for the game. Not wrong. What about you? How do you land on it? Man, I've already said my take on it like 5 times tonight alone. I'll do it again. I think High on Life has a really fun world. Like, I actually like the visuals. I like the whole design of it. The gameplay is also, like, enjoyable. I can't stand the writing. It is just not for me. Again, I'm so tired of, like, it's time to glorp. Oh my god, you're glorping. Oh my, you're glorping now? Oh my god, he's glorping. Okay, everyone, get back. This man is glorping. Oh my god, can you glob out of my please glob. Oh, we're running out of blordos. Like, I can't. It's just, that has just become so tiresome. And it's non-stop. But everything else I actually do think is fine. Like, I do think it's enjoyable. I also can't stand fourth wall breaking. That's a pet peeve. I don't really like fourth wall breaking. I don't think there's anything inherently humorous about, you paused the game. I know you paused the game. You just paused the game? You just paused the game during this fight. You just paused the game. Oh, we're going into that tunnel. Kotaku's gonna knock us down a few points because they're a game reviewer and they don't like tunnels. And we're about to go into one of the tunnels. So I think Kotaku might knock us down a few points for that. Like, outside of the game, that is. Like, I just don't like it. That doesn't make me laugh. That's just more of a pet peeve. I just really don't care for fourth wall breaking. I just think it's super cheesy. Thanks the resub lich. Deadpool? I didn't really like it in Deadpool either. Deadpool at least didn't do it as egregiously. But I think that's just because the style of that writing is draw everything out as long as you can. At least when Deadpool did fourth wall breaks, they were pretty quick. Thanks to the bits Naruto. You can turn those comments off. I didn't even know you could do that. But even still. Thanks to tier 1 coconut. There's no, but even still, you're wrong. You're wrong? I'm wrong about not liking the writing? What do you mean? What? What in the Twitter did I just read there? The but still is about being able to turn the comments off. Just because I can turn the comments off doesn't all of a sudden make me like the writing. My complaint still holds up. If I have to turn off the writing, then there's already an inherent dislike for that. What did I just read there? I just got glorbed. That was a certified glorbo for sure. God damn, he just dropped that right out of his trick hole. Thanks to the resub, Neil. You ever think about getting back into Super Smash Bros. Melee? I do think about that from time to time, but then I remember how fucking tough it is. It's so mechanically intensive, and I am just too fucking dumb. So I'll stick to just watch parties for the Moist Esports boys. Thanks to resub Mully. And the Prime sup. Do I stream every night around midnight? Yeah, most nights. Thanks to resub Tash and the bits, Drizzy. Should be pretty soon, Drizzy. I think by Christmas. Be the restock. New Spider-Verse will win the Moisties next year. There's a chance, man. I did love Into the Spider-Verse, so I'm super excited for the new one. It looks fucking amazing, too. Thanks to Prime Matt. Metro Boomin is doing the soundtrack as well. Nice. Spider-Verse gonna break numbers? I hope so, man. The first one did extremely well financially, right? Deserved it. Super happy to see that kind of passion and that kind of unique creativity rewarded. No, it didn't. What? No, I thought it did. What? Wasn't it one of the highest grossing animated films? Let me see. Let's see what the box office was. Oh, wrong one. 375 mil. Off of a $90 million budget. Yeah, this thing did numbers. What are you talking about? Why are you saying no? Alright, I gotta take a shit. I'm gonna take a shit and then go to bed. Alright, thanks for tuning in. New subs, welcome aboard. Thanks to resub Zangin. I hope you enjoy the emotes. Thanks again. I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great rest of your evening. Who's streaming? I'll toss you somewhere. It's only 2 o'clock. Surely there'll be somebody on. Here we go. I'll toss you to Caleb tonight. He's grinding Valheim. Alright, thanks again. See you tomorrow.